Hey guys, Sean coming in. Got another battle replay here on the Dawnless Days mod for Attila Total War. And guys, I gotta say, this is going to be a brutal one. We have a 2v2 large armies here, and there are a lot of really solid units in here. And from what the description came with for this replay, there was a lot of really devastating charges. So we do have some of the warg sentries moving up here. Real quick, actually, welcome back to the Land of Sieges. Pause it. Everybody's getting real close. It's a land battle. Welcome back to the Land of Sieges, guys. Thank you very much for coming back and hanging out with me one more time. And I have to say, again, I am really enjoying covering more and more Dawnless Days action here. Really fun mod. All of the sub-mods, which actually I want to say real fast, they're using the 5 new mods that come with the latest update, 0.9. And there is also the Fiefs of Gondor and the Last Breath mod. Both of those mods you can find on the Steam Workshop as well. So, we have a 2v2 lane battle here. Like I said, we have the Men of Good, obviously, against the Forces of Evil. Let's take a look at this side first. We have a, let's see, this is Rohan. Rohan here being commanded by Maddox 2001-123. And he has 5 Airlig retainers. General is King Theoden, and everything else is cavalry of some sort. He has 7 units of Airlig Knights, 3 Airlig Riders, 2 Arid of the King's Mark, 1 King's Company, 1 Retinue of House Errol, 1 Household Knight, and 2 units of the Rohan Skirmishers. And then his ally over here, we do have is Gondor, being commanded by, yet again, General Spiffington. And he has 6 Gondor Sword Infantry, 2 Ringlow Men-at-Arms, Ringlow Vale Men-at-Arms, 2 Peligreer Marines. He also has 2 units of the Warriors of Lasanar, 2 Gondor Spear Infantry, 1 Citadel Guard. His general today is Prince Imrahil. He also has 2 Blackroot Vale Archers, 2 Gondor Archers, 2 Princes Sergeants, 2 Gondor Spear Cavalry, 1 Ithilien Ranger, and 1 Knight of the Silver Swan. Now, moving around onto the opposite side of the battlefield, we have the Easterlings being commanded by Arjun Deno 44, and he has brought 8 Runic Savages, 7 Clan Guards, 3 Varric Axemen, 2 Runic Warlords, 1 Clan Axeman. General is Kavar, this time is Kavar. Then he has 3 units of the Varric Riders, 2 Lokrim Storm Riders, and 1 Bane of the Steppes. And then we have Mordor being commanded by Taris Kaliniri, I think I'm saying your name right. And he has 9 Mordor Orc Pillagers, 9 Orc Rabble, 2 units of the Morgul Warband, 2 Orc Throngs, 2 Black Shield Bodyguards, 2 Morgul Raiders, 1 Mordor Orc Warrior, his general being the Witch King. He also has 4 units of the Mordor Orc Bow Rabble, 4 Warg Riders, 2 Warg Sentries, and a Servants of the Eye cavalry unit. So large armies, and that was a lot to say right there. So hopefully you guys enjoy this battle, guys. Again, I will put the link for the Dawnless Days Discord in the description below. You guys can get on in there if you are fans of the Lord of the Rings, fans of the Dawnless Days mod. Mod team still moving on, trucking along. There was a rumor about possibly, I guess they posted something about the campaign Q4, something like that. So if you guys want more information, obviously join the Dawnless Days Discord. Also, I will also say, I know I say also a lot. Also, I will say that there is the link for my Discord. The Hungry Wolves Discord is in the description below as well. Primarily, Rome 2 is played over there. So if any fans of Mordor, any fans of Dawnless Days, if you guys are also fans of Total War Rome 2, you can feel free to join the Discord over there as well. I mean, they play a bunch of different games, but Rome 2 is primarily the one that's played over there. But all right, guys, there you go. Army comps out of the way, full descriptions out of the way. Let's dive into this one. All right, guys, so here we are diving into those Warg Sentries that had guerrilla deployed over here. They did start getting a couple of shots in onto some of the Rohan cavalry there, but the Yeomen of the Mark, was it the Yeomen of the Mark were firing that far? Wow, somebody was definitely, no, it's the Skirmish Cavalry. I didn't even see them there. Skirmish Cavalry chasing the Warg Riders away. That is definitely good, but look at this force. We have the Easterlings just all out charging the front line of Gondor. Gondor staying true standing to the line, men readying themselves for this battle. Cavalry shifting around, cavalry falling back, and oh, we about to have a cavalry charge in the middle. Yes, we are. Oh my God. I wish I had gotten over there quicker. I kept pressing backwards for some reason, but it looks like more cavalry is going to be charging through the middle here as well. Oh my God, look at that. Gondor is definitely under duress with all of that shock infantry. It's light shock cavalry, but light shock infantry, I should say, but still shock infantry nonetheless. Second line now coming in. Clan Axemen joining the fight here against some of the Ringlow Vale men-at-arms. Cavalry looks like they're coming around the corner. They have some spears moving up here as well, but we do have Cavar's right up there. Cavar's unit is countercharging along with the Varric Riders. Let's get back down over on the other side, see what's going on here with Rohan and Mordor. Mordor doing pretty much the same, charging into the Rohan front line of infantry, meeting a lot more of the Gondor sword infantry as the majority of the Rohirrim is cavalry, obviously, here today. But yeah, brutality on the front line for sure. Front line over the Clan Guards not looking too good. Warriors of Lost-in-Ark getting in there. Looks like they might have charged in, getting some really solid kills. The Clan Guard's not really going to be able to hold up very much. Now, guys, I do apologize if there's any choppiness. This is a large 2v2 large armies battle, so there are a lot of units moving at the same time. A lot of things going on. So if there is any choppiness during this replay, I do apologize for that, but there's really not much I could do with the amount of men, which actually I'm just going to show you real quick. There was 12,500 for one side and 5,590 for the good side. So the men of Middle Earth taking on the men of evil and evil forces. We have a very long battle line here. Varric Axemen, heavy shock infantry have charged in here as well, getting into the Gondor sword infantry. The front line still holding for the moment, but we've got a lot of archer fire coming from both sides. The Ithilien Rangers joining, Gondor archers firing away there as well. Blackroot Vale archers firing in here also. Where are the rest of his ranged units? I only see 3. Oh, there's 2 more right there. Okay. We have another Blackroot Vale and a Gondor archer getting some solid fire down the line here, firing into the heavy shock infantry. Definitely a unit they want to break, but it does look like we have had the first break of the Easterling side. Some Clan Guards have routed away, which is going to allow this Warriors of Lost-in-Ark to come around if they'd like. Get a massive rear charge here into the back of these Varric Axemen and the Runic Savages, and that is exactly what they're doing. Taking the opportunity that was given to them, getting a huge charge. We have units in the center here that have broken away. They are now returning to the battle, though. But, oh, boy, we got cavalry coming around this far flank. The Rohan cavalry getting around the corner, going to get in some of these Mordor boat rabble. That is perfect. That's exactly what they need to do. Use their cavalry superiority, and they have a lot more cavalry than their foes do, but they really need to get into these numbers because look at the size of some of these archers, guys. If you guys do not know about this, these Mordor boat rabble, they might not be the best archers in the world at all, but they have numbers. There's 300 of them in these units, and I'm actually kind of surprised, honestly, that the Rohan front line is still holding. It does not look like they're holding for very much longer, but look at the blobbed up units. Yeah, it's starting to waver. Early retainers held for as long as they could, unfortunately only massing 64 kills before they began to start wavering there. But down on the end line here, still holding up rather effectively. Oh, never mind. The second, third, and fourth unit not holding. The fifth unit is getting ready to break, and now we have a massive break here on actually in the middle of the map, if you will. Starting to fall apart is the Rohan infantry front line. Cavalry's still mixing it up over here, but we did have the Ward Riders and a unit of Orc Rabble get back here as well to try and deal with this Rohan cavalry. Now back over on the other side, let's see how Gondor is dealing with the Easterlings. It does look like the Gondor front line is being victorious, or are being victorious for the moment, but I wanted to see back over here in the corner. Cavalry is still mixing it up. We have Cavar in there. Who died? Cavar. Cavar has died. That is a massive blow for the Easterling army for sure, but Imrahil's got to move. Gotta watch out. He's got a unit of spears chasing him down. More spears actually joining. Clan Guard charging over here. There's a lot of Gondor cavalry. Actually, hold on. No, I didn't see it. Citadel Guard there going to block that charge from the Clan Guards. They're still going to get around the corner a little bit. Look at how spread that line was. Wow. Really going to get around the corner, but the Varg Raiders, look at that. 48 out of 75 wavering. Not looking very good. Not looking very good for them at all at this moment. But with that Clan Guard getting in here, that may start playing a little bit of a difference here with the amount of cavalry that's here. But I think that the Citadel Guard countering that charge should definitely help getting rid of that Citadel Guard. Now, back over here, this is really not looking good. Gondor trying to reform his lines, and it looks like the Rohan front line completely shattered. Actually, wait a second. We still have another unit of Arrogant Retainers still holding the line, still holding firm, not giving up. That's crazy. I thought for sure they were dead. They are still holding on, but they are taking on some tough infantry right there. What is that called? The Black Shield Guard? What is it called? Black Shield Bodyguards. Okay, Black Shield Bodyguards, Morgul Raiders, and another Orc Rabble, which again, not the greatest of infantry, but size. 300 orcs in that unit, and oh, what broke over here. Look at this coming along.
Our allies' general has fallen.
Oh no, was that Theoden? Did I literally just see Theoden starting to fall down over here? I think I did. Oh my god, I think that's Theoden right there. Is that Theoden? Oh, I think it is. Oh no, Theoden has died. At least he's fallen in today's battle. We'll have to see if he's going to be able to reform himself, maybe get in for the next contest. But yeah, this is not looking good. I got to say, balance of power, still, actually, it's 2,200 man difference. 4,240 against 2,050. So, still some Gondor infantry left here, but I don't know if it's going to be enough. I don't know if the numbers may play the fact, but, I mean, there's still a lot of cavalry over here as well. 21. Oh. Imrahil going for the charge on Morgul Raiders. Oh, my God. Like a lawnmower. Like a fantastical lawnmower just eliminated that unit of Morgul Raiders. That's gigantic. That was gigantic. Pellegrin Marines still fighting on here, being aided by some Lasanark, warriors of Lasanark. Spear starting to break. Okay, this is starting to look okay. This is starting to look okay. Household Knights have broken through. Looks like they're going after the Warg Sentries. Guys, we got less than 4 minutes left in the reap. Oh, no. They're going into the bows. Mordor Orc Bow Rabble being charged by a very depleted unit. But look at the kills. 445 kills before they finally broke. My God, 447. That's insane. That is truly insane. But guys, this is a huge problem. All of this ranged right here, and they have a decent amount of ammunition. But what is that? Hold on a second. Erlig Riders charging in, 124 kills, charged into a Mordor Orc Pillager. That's a light shock infantry, and it's still very healthy. 164 out of 250 men in that unit. Hold on. We got Warg Sentries moving around. We have this Clan Guards. Actually, looks like the Clan Guard has come back.
Our men return to the fight.
And yes, Rohan is now completely gone. So Gondor going for it all, going for broke. Gondor's sword infantry charging valiantly down the hill, mixing it up with some of the light shock infantry there. Looks like they're just going all for broke. Going all for naught here. Blackroot Vale archers joining the fight. We have cavalry now charging down the hill again. Gondor Spear cavalry charging down the... Oh, there they are. Knights of the Silver Swan still there. 78 kills. Ooh, that is pretty rough. For such a good unit, that is pretty rough. Charging down the hill, though. I wonder if maybe charging it up to the back of that Orc Pillage... Oh, never mind. They routed. Now, we have the Witch King over here. He is still extremely healthy. Only lost 12 men out of the unit, and he might start doing some rear charges here, and yes, he is. Charging in onto the back of the Prince's Sergeants. Oh, no, sorry. Charging in onto the Gondor Cavalry. He kind of actually clipped both units, I think. Yeah, the Wargs are going to ride away. Silver Swan unit coming back down again, though. Going to try and trap this general, but Witch King General is putting in some work now, starting to get some more and more kills. Actually, with that rear charge, though, starting to lose a couple more men, I think. Oh, maybe they didn't. No, they didn't lose anybody. Never mind. Oh, Imrahil holding the line, seeing his opportunity, seeing his target, coming after the Witch King, wanting some redemption, but oh, nope, never mind. The Witch King countercharged him. Never mind. Ooh, Imrahil got caught out, but the Witch King unit is losing decisively right now. See if we can find the Witch King real fast. Do we still have eyes on him? It doesn't say that he died. There he is. There he is. There he is. The man in black. There he is. Fighting valiantly, but now the Warg Riders have returned, getting a charge in onto the back of the Spear Cavalry. Imrahil unit still holding on, but ooh, this is a close fight. 24 against 19, but now we have Shock Infantry going to join. Mordor Orc Pillagers coming over, and that is going to be the end. Yep. Imrahil has fallen as well, and now Mordor will just come down the line and rear charge, hammer and anvil, everything. Breaking down along the line, so ooh, that is a seriously rough loss here. But, I mean, they were seriously outnumbered. They were outnumbered by about 7,000 men. So that is pretty rough. But we are at the final couple of seconds here of this battle. Let's get into the ending army compositions here real quick. And again, Gondor being commanded, I should say, by General Spiffington. Dude, thank you very much for placing this replay into the Dawnless Days Discord. I'm very happy, like I said back at the beginning, very happy to be able to start covering this mod even more, getting into more in depth into this mod as well, as far as covering more and more replays. So definitely awesome, dude. Thank you very much for placing it in there for others to cover. So he playing as Gondor, like I said, Prince Imrahil walked away 147 kills, not terrible at all, but he definitely had a bad stroke of luck there with the Warg Riders getting in at the end. Ringlow Vale Men-at-Arms 223, 393. My God, they put in work. Pellegrin Marines 230, 301, solid. Gondor Sword Infantry 345, 466, 194, 334, 425, 319. Good Lord. All of them. Like all of Gondor did great. Let's see. Hold on. Warriors of Lossark 360, 294. Gondor Spear Infantry 414 and 109. And the Citadel Guard there with 282 kills. The Blackroot Vale Archers 233, 176. Gondor Archers 383, 236. The Ithilien Rangers 404. Pension Sergeant's Cavalry there, 117. Gondor Spear Cavalry, 147 and 179. Unfortunately, that Knights of the Silver Swan just did not get a whole lot going, only topping out at 80 kills. Now we have Maddox, 2001-123, playing as Rohan. Let's see what he did. Unfortunately, Theoden, not very many kills, 87. The men of Rohan, the foot soldiers of Rohan, holding the line. My God. Unfortunately, though, 193. But this one, 413 kills. I think that's the unit that stayed very much until the end there. Yeoman of the Mark, 148. Now getting into his cavalry. Let's see. 69. Giggity, you win. Moving down to the 69. Giggity, you win. Some of the Ehrlich Riders there with 126. Ehrlich Knights, 190. Moving down a little bit. Ooh, Ehrlich Knight there, 447, 100, 207. So some of the cavalry doing very, very well. Some of the cavalry doing very, very well. But unfortunately, Rohan, both Rohan and Gondor's generals fell in today's battle. On the opposite side of the battlefield, we have the Easterlings being commanded by Argendeno 44. And like I said, he was playing as the Easterlings. Cavar doing pretty much the same, actually doing much worse, but I think he got countercharged. I think that countercharge really hurt him. Only 21 kills there. Runic Savages coming down the line. A lot of light shock infantry, but they did get in there. 69 Giggity again, solid. Varied Axemen there with 116 kills. The Runic Warlords did not get very much going. That's actually kind of shocking. The Clan Guards, though, we have one there with 109. Cavalry there, we got a 72, 51, and an 86 from some of the Lokrim Storm Riders. And then we have Mordor, the mass of numbers. Mordor being commanded by Taurus Kalni. General there, 119 kills for the Witch King and earning a silver chevron. That's humongous. The Uruk Throngs, Mordor Warband here, 107. Uruk Throng, 157. Then we have the Black Shield Bodyguards, 111 and 155. Getting into his light shock infantry, not a whole lot. Actually, no, there's 101, 167, so 2 of them over 100 kills. The rest of them in the 50 to 60-ish range. Oh, no, they're right there, 123. I didn't see that one down there. His Morgul Raiders, 211 kills. Getting into his Orc Rabble, top was 137. 3 chevrons. God, what did they kill? The Orc-Bow Rabble, yeah, pretty much doing what Orc-Bow Rabble does. Top was a 53. Getting in with the Warg Riders, we have a 144, 95, 85. The Warg Sentries, 130 and 109. Solid job with both of them. And the Servants of the Eye, unfortunately, pretty much doing the exact same. Less, but still a very solid unit. The Servants of the Eye, very, very solid unit. But unfortunately, like the Knights of the Silver Swan, not able to get a whole lot going. But that is going to be the end of today's battle replay. So hopefully you guys did enjoy it. If you did, feel free, hit the like button, drop some comments, share the video, subscribe to the channel. But guys, and also join the Dawnless Days Discord. Again, link for it will be in the description. But have a great rest of your day. Stay safe, and as always, until the next one.